Hi there, my name's Danielle and I would like to welcome you to this channel. So in today's video, I want to give you an introduction of what you can expect from this channel and a little introduction to me so you know who I am. So on this channel, I'm going to focus on language and culture. I will have language learning videos specifically to learn English, but really anybody could use these tips and techniques to acquire any language. Some of the videos will feel a bit academic or theoretical. That is simply because I want you to have an understanding of how I think about language and how I approach the learning process. Other videos will be lessons, like straight up language learning lessons and techniques to help you learn the language. This is going to feel more like if you were in class with me and I was your teacher. And all along the way, I'll give you some tips on how to learn English or any other language. So one important thing to remember with language is that it doesn't exist in a vacuum. It exists out in the world amongst people in a culture. So as we're learning the language, I like to talk a lot about the culture because it's one thing to be able to communicate an idea. It's another thing to be able to connect with people. So as you're learning the vocabulary and the grammar and the this and the that normally comes with learning a language, you're also learning about the cultural context in which we use that language. Now, I'm from the United States, so I'm mostly going to focus on American culture and American English, but you, I assume, are from somewhere else, and I would love it if you use the comments section to talk about yourself and where you're from and your experiences, so we get a really full picture of all the different kinds of cultural experiences that people have. So you might be wondering a bit like, who is Danielle? Like, why should I listen to her? So let me give you a brief idea of who I am. So I am from New Jersey. That's where I grew up. So the kind of English that you will be hearing will be from the United States and from that part of the country, from the Northeast. My education in undergrad, I did International Affairs and Anthropology. I focused on international development, and I just noticed that the way my mind was working and what I wanted to learn was to get a deeper understanding of people, and I just noticed that if I did it through studying language, everything made so much more sense to me. So then I went and did a master's degree in something called Applied Linguistics, Sociocultural Approaches. That's a mouthful, so let me explain it. It's basically a deep dive into how language and culture interplay. How do they play together? And we can understand language better if we understand culture, and we can understand culture better if we understand language. So when you study that, you learn specific things about language and culture, but you also learn a lot of research techniques to be able to uncover more truths on your own, because the truth is language and culture are constantly evolving, so we need to keep doing more and more research to uncover more things. I've worked in for-profit and nonprofit organizations. As a nonprofit worker, I was focused on social entrepreneurship. In the for-profit world, I was in tech, and I helped a lot of salespeople and account managers build stronger, deeper relationships with their clients. So actually, the techniques and the knowledge and skills that I brought to native speakers who were salespeople are actually very much helpful to people acquiring English, because we're all using language and we're all trying to connect with each other. Outside of work, I have a lot of theater training and experience in the theater, so I bring a lot of dramatic acting techniques into what I like to do. And I also did many years in improv comedy, and there are so many teachings and techniques from improv that I like to bring into the classroom as well that tend to make a huge difference for people in the learning process. I always felt a little bit unsettled in those contexts, and I really wanted to work directly with people more and I wanted to be abroad. And so back in 2014, I decided to get TOEFL certified. And then I moved to Seoul, South Korea to teach in a public school there for a year. After that, I went traveling throughout East Asia and Southeast Asia, and then started working online, teaching mostly students from mainland China English as a second language. At this point, I have taught thousands of people English. I have seen so many different kinds of learners with different preferences, different skills, and different beliefs about why they should acquire English as a second language, and with different goals of how they wanted to use the language. And so I feel at this point I have a wealth of knowledge and experience to bring to a lot of people. In English, we have a saying, it's really disturbing, but I'll say, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And what that means is there are many different approaches you could take to achieve a goal. So my hope is that you see that there are many different approaches to acquiring English that can all be useful. If this sounds like something that you would like to be a part of, you can hit the like button. That will help other people find the video as well, so we have more students in the class. And then you can also hit subscribe, so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.